Hello friends, welcome to this tarot tutorial where we're going to learn more about the honorary titles given to the minor arcana cards, and this should really help you add some depth to your readings. Honorary titles were given to tarot cards in the late 1800s by the Golden Dawn, and then again in the 1940s by Aleister Crowley. He reimagined many of the honorary titles. When Aleister Crowley reimagined the honorary titles, he left 14 of them the same. Aleister Crowley changed 9 honorary titles from 2 words to 1 word. And for 13 of the cards, Aleister Crowley completely changed the title altogether. In the Golden Dawn honorary titles, there were 6 cards with the word success. Aleister Crowley reduced that to 1. In the Golden Dawn honorary titles, there were 5 cards with the word material. Aleister Crowley removed all of those, so there are no cards with the word material in his system. In the Golden Dawn honorary titles, there were 2 cards with the word strength, which Aleister Crowley reduced to 1. There were 2 cards with the word perfected. Aleister Crowley took that word out, so that duplication is gone. There were 3 cards with the word pleasure, which Aleister Crowley reduced to 1. We are starting off with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is Mars in Aries. This is fire in its absolute finest form, unadulterated flame. It is absolute creative willpower. Mars in Aries is literally the flame. Before the flame becomes something, consumes something, creates something, or destroys something. Now, the title for the Two of Wands from both the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley is Lord of Dominion. Dominion, meaning value, goodness, merit, ethics, and kindness. 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries, fire and fire. Now, the sun is exalted in Aries, meaning the sun is really an honored guest in the sign of Aries. This is a comfortable relationship between these two fire elements, between the ego and the willpower that is represented by the sun, and that primal energy, the spark, the flame that is Aries. Golden Dawn honorary title is Lord of Established Strength. Aleister Crowley completely changed this one to Lord of Virtue. Virtue meaning ethics, values, goodness, kindness, and ideals. 4 of Wands is Venus in Aries, and Venus is in detriment in Aries, which means her gentle and luxurious, soft nature clashes with the fiery and impulsive nature of Aries, signifying more of a passionate relationship, but solid, passionate but solid, than a harmonious relationship with longevity. The Golden Dawn honorary title is Lord of Perfected Work, which Aleister Crowley changed to Lord of Completion. Completion meaning fulfillment, perfection, accomplishment, realization, and end. And remember, now this is a 4. The 4 is the first solidified archetypal energy in the journey from the ace to the 10 of each of the 4 suits, the 4 elements. And here, Venus in detriment, Aries in his castle has a pool house out in the back, and that's where Venus is staying. She is not in the castle with Aries, so that is the energy here of Venus in detriment in Aries. 5 of Wands is Saturn in Leo, and Leo is the element of fire at its most balanced. However, with Saturn in Leo, really normally effervescent Leo may feel weighed down, reduced, heavy, slow, plodding, feeling more like lava than a flame. There may be some feeling of a challenge to self-worth, the challenge coming from the restriction and the boundaries that are Saturn, and self-worth, of course, being because Leo is ruled by the sun, which is the ego and the self. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley have titled this card the Lord of Strife. Strife, meaning rivalry, conflict, opposition, difference, and disagreement. Six of Wands is Jupiter in Leo, and Jupiter feels good in Leo. It's a very balanced energy. You know, with that beauty and expansion and creativity, that is Jupiter guiding others with the leadership and that authority and charisma that Leo can be. Though it's important not to become too egotistical with that Jupiter, making things bigger, right? Making Leo bigger. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley's honorary title for the Six of Wands is Lord of Victory. Victory meaning prize, superiority, advantage, triumph, and gain. Seven of Wands is Mars in Leo. We've got fire in fire. Now, Leo is still balanced and running on all cylinders here. But with the impatience and that potential brutality that is Mars, it's more of a flickering energy rather than a steady one. The honorary title from both the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley for the Seven of Wands is Lord of Valor. Valor, meaning bravery, strength, courage, heroic, and firmness. Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius, moving into Sagittarius. Now, this is the mature and wise presentation of fire. And Mercury being communications, quick thought, quick actions, and flight indicates a high-velocity fire with direction. Both the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley gave the honorary title for the Eight of Wands as the Lord of Swiftness. Swiftness, meaning velocity, acceleration, quick pace, readiness, and speed. Nine of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius. Now, the nines are the fullest development of each element, the best that element can be. In this case, fire. Moon highlights, of course, emotions, usually that are directed inward. So this energy here of the Nine of Wands is really speak softly, but carry a big stick. Golden Dawn, honorary title for the Nine of Wands is Lord of Great Strength, which Aleister Crowley reduced to one word, Lord of Strength. Strength, meaning tenacity, backbone, brawn, hardiness, and might. 10 of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. Once again, we are adding weight to fire. We are reducing willpower to dull purpose. In this case, quite literally a heavy load, right? This is the enthusiasm that is Sagittarius, crushed by the obligation that is Saturn. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley gave this card the honorary title, Lord of Oppression. Oppression, meaning hardship, suffering, coercion, dictatorship, and adversity. Two of Coins is Jupiter in Capricorn, and Jupiter is in fall in Capricorn. Capricorn, of course, is restrained and cautious, and it has a responsible nature, which limits Jupiter's expansion. It feels sort of constrained here in the Two of Coins. Golden Dawn title is Lord of Harmonious Change, which Aleister Crowley reduced to Lord of Change. Change, meaning switch, adjustment, revision, correction, and modification. Three of Coins is Mars in Capricorn. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It is at its best. These two collaborate well. This is disciplined action leading to tangible results. The discipline that is Capricorn and the long-term vision, that hard work that Capricorn is willing to put into things leading to tangible results, inspired by the action that is Mars. Again, disciplined action leading to a long-term tangible result. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Material Work. Aleister Crowley reduced it to Lord of Work. Work, meaning performance, endeavor, effort, undertaking, industry. Four of Coins is the Sun in Capricorn, and here the Sun is securing one's position because the Sun is self. So you're securing one's position in the solidity and foundation that Capricorn enjoys. This energetic collaboration feels like, the need to build a long legacy through frugality or through controlling resources. This is an orderly and disciplined energy with long-term vision. Of course, in the material realm, this is Coins. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Earthly Power. Aleister Crowley reduced this title to Lord of Power. Power, meaning capability, qualification, competency, effectiveness, and skill. Five of Coins is Mercury in Taurus. This collaboration of energies finds the fast-moving and intellectual energy of Mercury weighed down in the slower-moving and protective energy of Taurus. Perhaps this is indicating that scarcity is an exercise in mental perceptions, or it will take creative thinking, Mercury, to get yourself out of a hole, which may be as simple as asking for help. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Material Trouble. Aleister Crowley changed the title to Lord of Worry. Worry, meaning misery, concern, anguish, uncertainty, and disturbance. Six of Coins is Moon in Taurus. The Moon is exalted in Taurus, so it is at its highest expression. Here, the earthbound energy of Taurus supports the intuitive nature of the Moon. So this is having a healthy, intuitive relationship with the physical or with material reality or security that the coins represent. The Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Material Success. Aleister Crowley reduced the title to Lord of Success. Success, meaning realization, gain, benefit, reward, fruition. Seven of Coins is Saturn in Taurus. So here we have the planet of restriction and discipline and hard work in the earthy sign of Taurus, which creates a really slow-moving and deeply focused energy. This has the feel of, waiting a long time for something to come to fruition, because Saturn builds things over a long period of time. Saturn is never to be rushed, and certainly not in Taurus. Golden Dawn named this card the Lord of Success Unfulfilled. Aleister Crowley renamed the card to the Lord of Failure. Failure, meaning decline, decay, breakdown, mess, deterioration. Eight of Coins is Sun in Virgo. Now, this is the energy of the self, right? Because the Sun rules the ego and personal drive. So this is in the meticulous sign of detail-oriented Virgo. So this is focusing on mastering a craft, paying attention to detail, applying precision to your work. But this is work that focuses on achieving mastery in some way that is self-involved or self-focused. Both the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley titled this card Lord of Prudence. Prudence, meaning vigilance, carefulness, discretion, watchfulness, and judgment. Nine of coins is Venus in Virgo, and our lovely Venus is debilitated in Virgo, which means our harmonious energies may have inclinations of high expectations or over-analysis or potential overspending, perhaps, or dissatisfaction in the material realm or material pursuit, because this is coins. However, nines is the highest expression of this suit. So again, this is the highest expression of the coins, even though Venus is debilitated. Golden Dawn named this card, the honorary title was Lord of Material Gain. Aleister Crowley reduced that to Lord of Gain. Gain meaning growth, boost, progress, proceeds, advantage. 10 of coins is Mercury in Virgo. Mercury is in rulership, which means the energy of communication, ideas, logic, thought is really potent in that fastidious, detail-loving nature that is Virgo. This may emphasize that material success is gained through sustained, intelligent effort, careful planning, and something from the mind or the communication realm of Mercury should be used to create an established legacy and long-term stability. Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley both named this card Lord of Wealth. Wealth meaning abundance, riches, security, value, and affluence. 2 of Swords is Moon in Libra, and this suggests that while Libra seeks balance, emotions may be out of balance. Emotions are ruled by the moon, so something may be hidden or turbulent, or needing to come into the light, indicating perhaps a refusal to see a truth. Someone may be facing a difficult decision because decisions are in the realm of swords, or needing to find emotional balance in order to resolve conflict being of swords. And of course, there's a lot of self-imposed pain here in the suit of swords. Golden Dawn titled this card Lord of Peace Restored. Aleister Crowley reduced that to Lord of Peace. Peace meaning order, truce, reconciliation, suspension, and neutrality. 3 of Swords is Saturn in Libra. This combines Saturn's discipline and heavy and bound energy with Libra's mental and airy nature, not allowing Libra to be as airy as it would like to be. So this may signify potential mental pain also, because this is swords, right? And there's a lot of mental anguish in the swords. Deep and emotional distress, feelings of separation or loss. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley titled this card Lord of Sorrow. Sorrow meaning melancholy, heartache, distress, suffering, mourning. 4 of Swords is Jupiter in Libra, and this is representing a peaceful, balanced, and harmonious truce. Benevolent Jupiter offering you a chance to step back and take some self-care. Beings in the sign of Libra covets balance above all else. So it's time to take a strategic time out following that 3 of Swords. Golden Dawn titled this card Lord of Rest from Strife. Aleister Crowley completely changed the title to Lord of Truce. Truce meaning pause, moratorium, suspension, break, breather. 5 of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. Okay, now the 5s, of course, represent strife. And here it presents as a hollow victory. Venus, which characterizes relationships and harmony, in the air sign of Aquarius, which can be detached and fickle, suggesting an unconventional Aquarian approach to something or a disruption of a stable pattern. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley named this card the Lord of Defeat. Defeat meaning setback, overthrow, vanquish, conquest, loss. Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. This is intelligence and humanity in balance, transitioning from the strife and the conflict of the fives to clarity through rational and humanitarian thought. Aquarian archetype of overcoming obstacles through the Mercurian archetype of strategic planning. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Earned Success. Aleister Crowley renamed the card completely to Lord of Science in his thinking because intellect and innovation are working here in harmony to create something new. Science, meaning technique, systems, proficiency, discipline, education. Seven of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. This is the cyclical nature of the moon in the detached energy of Aquarius. Combined energy is that of being sneaky or a trickster or ineffective efforts. There's vacillation by the moon or emotions, and combined with a wish to compromise, which is Aquarius, who always wants to compromise. This is why the trickster is only stealing 5 of the 7 swords. You've noticed that, right? Leaving 2 behind, Aquarian energy, leaving 2 behind, just in case we need to call it a truce or somebody really needs them. So not stealing them all. Golden Dawn titled this card the Lord of Unstable Effort. Aleister Crowley renamed the card to Lord of Futility. Futility, meaning desolation, waste, vacuum, frivolousness, emptiness. 8 of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini. The planet of expansion and good luck and abundance is feeling scattered, erratic, and unstable in that darn air sign. The result being perhaps too many thoughts, Jupiter being too many, right, and Gemini being thoughts, or a split attention, or too much information, too much Jupiter in the sign of Swords, too much information. Golden Dawn titled this card the Lord of Shortened Force. Aleister Crowley completely reimagined the name, and he changed it to Lord of Interference. Interference, meaning tampering, blocking, resistance, obstruction, intervention. 9 of Swords is Mars in Gemini. This may be someone operating without mental constraint. This may be a mind being weaponized against itself. The mind being Gemini and the swords, and Mars being the weapon. Perhaps someone with an inner critic, insomnia due to racing thoughts. And on a personal level, this card comes up for me all the time. And I have Moon, Sun, and Mercury in Gemini. So this is one of my significators. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Despair and Cruelty. Aleister Crowley took this down to one word, Lord of Cruelty. Cruelty meaning malice, coldness, venom, depravity, and persecution. 10 of Swords is Sun in Gemini. This is the end of the cycle for air, where high mental energy has hit the wall. This may represent a total collapse of an idea or something has absolutely collapsed. And perhaps the energy's been directed inward because the self is represented by the sun. The sun represents ego and the persona that you think of yourself. This may be reason run mad. However, this 10 in particular is a powerful symbol of release and rebirth, right? The destruction of something being necessary in order for a new day to dawn, for something else to birth. Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley both named this card Lord of Ruin. Ruin, meaning bankruptcy, demolition, wreckage, waste, atrophy. 2 of Cups is Venus in Cancer. In Cancer, Venus can help to create a loving relationship, solid partnership, or something that is built on solid ground. Venus in Cancer is a balanced alchemy, which is generally positive for all parties involved. It is a fostering and nurturing, compassionate energy. Both Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley titled this card the Lord of Love. Love meaning devotion, affection, respect, involvement, fidelity. 3 of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. This is intellect, thought, and consciousness in the receptive energy and the protective energy of Cancer. This is communication with emotional, receptive, and nurturing qualities, indicating a time of sharing, hospitality, and fertility. Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley both named this card Lord of Abundance. Abundance meaning bounty, plenty, thriving, plethora, prosperity. 4 of Cups is Moon in Cancer. Now here we have emotions that are inert because this is a 4, which represents stability, structure, and foundation. So even though the moon is in rulership in Cancer, because this energy is that of a 4, emotions may be sluggish or stagnant, even though they are in Cancer, which may manifest as boredom or apathy or isolation or perhaps fatigue. Being Cancer, it might indicate that someone has become too comfortable to care. Golden Dawn named this card Lord of Blended Pleasure. Aleister Crowley completely reimagined the name and he titled it Lord of Luxury. Luxury meaning indulgence, comfort, leisure, delight, satisfaction. 5 of Cups is Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio indicates intense emotions or perhaps wasted feelings, painful realization, or a destructive emotional state. Perhaps feeling like something is a total loss, although that may not be the case. But a scorpion can sting itself if it wants to and add Mars to the mix. And there is perhaps volatility towards the self. Golden Dawn titled this card The Lord of Loss in Pleasure. Aleister Crowley renamed the card to Lord of Disappointment. Disappointment meaning setback, discouragement, misfortune, washout, bummer. 6 of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. This energy signifies a more stable and harmonious emotional state, especially towards the self, where Mars might be a bit more aggressive towards the self. The solar optimism with that scorpionic death suggesting deep joy, deep trust, kindness, and occasional random act of kindness. Both the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley named this card the Lord of Pleasure. Pleasure meaning contentment, enjoyment, comfort, gratification, and delight. 7 of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio signifies overindulgence. Venus's desire for pleasure and trinkets, love, beauty may become lost in the intensity and the obsessive nature that Scorpio can be. Fleeting pleasures to satisfy the soul, or a false sense of choice, or simply garbage in, garbage out. This becomes a warning not to lose yourself in illusion. Golden Dawn honorary title for the 7 of Cups is Lord of Illusory Success. Aleister Crowley renamed this card to Lord of Debauch. Debauch meaning betray, ruin, demoralize, seduce, pervert. 8 of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. If Pisces is calm-watered, Saturn in Pisces is stagnant water, right? Water, which is meant to flow, is pulled down by the heavy and stern and constrained and bound Saturn, representing stagnant emotions, lack of emotional perspective, perhaps feeling emotionally tapped out or overwhelmed. This is an unproductive harmonic and filled with inertia. And here our young hermit is walking away from an unproductive situation. He is shaking off that inertia and headed out the door. Golden Dawn named this card the Lord of Abandoned Success. Aleister Crowley reimagined the title and renamed the card to the Lord of Indolence. Indolence meaning procrastination, sluggish, sloth, dullness, idleness. 9 of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is in rulership in Pisces, signifying expansive emotional contentment, the joy of emotional abundance in the cool waters of Pisces. Someone may have the sense that they have everything they need or everything is flowing in their favor. 9 is the highest expression of each suit, so it is the highest expression of the cups. Golden Dawn titled this card the Lord of Material Happiness. Aleister Crowley reduced the title to the Lord of Happiness. Happiness meaning contentment, delight, joy, elation, peace of mind. 10 of Cups is Mars in Pisces. The energy here is the disruptive nature of Mars, blending its initiative-taking energy with the cool, calm waters of Pisces. It is peak emotional satisfaction, but transient because Mars is unstable, and the 10s also carry the energy of endings. Remember, the 9s are the peak fulfillment of each suit, and the 10s all include decay because the cycle has ended or is ending in order to begin again and to move back through to the ace and start over. So the 10 of Cups contains the alchemy of peak emotional harmony, but reminds us that our cups can be filled to excess, such as Mars might do. And then, of course, it will move along because it is not a planner. It doesn't plan. It just does. Golden Dawn named 10 of Cups the Lord of Perfected Success. Aleister Crowley changed that to the Lord of Satiety. Satiety meaning saturation, filled up, overflowing, indulgence, extravagance. So there is a little tiptoe through the honorary titles of the minor arcana cards 2 through 10 of each suit. And I neglected to mention the pictorial deck that I used for this video is called Astro Matrix, which I picked up on Amazon, a very fun deck. Thank you very, very much. If you've made it this far, many blessings to you. And I hope you come back to my channel. I hope to upload more videos.